All right, I'm gonna do one more question while I'm at it, and this is about kind of getting out of the same old chord progressions and using the same old harmonies over and over again. And this is something I struggled with for years, kind of just using the same progressions over and over. And I'm gonna share a couple of things that just helped me kind of get out of that. And I think it would be helpful to go down to the piano again. So let me move you down there. So one of the, let's just take some examples. Maybe this chord progression is something you're using, or something like that, or oops. Whatever it might be, number one tip that I can give that helped me in the beginning is to start small and just try to add one little thing every time you're writing that is fresh, that is new. And this might be just switching out one of the chords in the chord progression. So let's take one of the most standard chord progressions on earth, right? You can start with that. And instead of going to C, you can use the techniques we went through module 2 and use like chords that you can replace it with, which might be A minor. But to make that even more interesting, you could use like A minor, like with a 7th and a 9th chord in it, notes. So then suddenly you have that's a bit jazzy, but let's try again. That's a slight little twist to it, and you could take that further as well and combine two different chord progressions that don't necessarily blend together that well or are meant to be together. So let's take this one and combine them together. So then we could get something like this. And suddenly you have something that has a bit of a twist and makes it a bit more surprising than the same old chord progression over and over. So that's thing number 2 that I would focus on. The third one is to actually do something that I've added as a bonus video in module 2, and it's about using borrowed chords from other modes. So let me give you an example of that as well. For example, borrowing a chord from the Mixolydian mode. So say we're in D minor, and so on. Now, if I want to borrow a chord, from Dorian mode, which would be a major 6th, that would be G major. And I go through this in the bonus video in module 2, and that would give us this kind of chord flavor. And this goes in a lot of ways. I could also change the E minor to a E major. And then also the G. Suddenly, I'm borrowing chords from other modes, and we are getting a lot of different colors that we didn't previously have. So let me just start in D minor. Suddenly we have a completely different twist to it. And I'm sorry if that was a bit too fast, but my main point is that use the things I've shown you in those lectures and try to just slowly add on new tools, you can say, to your belt. And that might be, chromatic median modulations. If you want to go a bit further, it might be just using borrowed chords from other modes. And it might just be switching out one of the chords in the chord progressions you're already using, or combining a couple of different chord progressions to make a new progression that is longer and has a bit of twist to it. Hope that's helpful. See you guys later.